So for whatever reason, this game, the file I have for this game just refuses to work on the replayer, probably because it's very old. But here it is, the game that influenced how I play. This game happened when I was slightly under 1000 overall rating, and I'm against a player who, at the time they didn't have any Global League games, but sometime after this game they started Global League and they immediately dropped to 700. So you can, well, I'll just show rather than tell. It might look like I'm playing a Sonya against Kanbai, but we're actually playing with no CO power. So this is actually the COs don't actually matter for this. Alright, let's make the map a little smaller so we can fit the whole screen. Okay, I'm going to adjust the size. Okay. So, let's begin. Start with a normal capture phase. This is a very old game, and you could see the very different playstyles I have. I go for the airport right away because I want transport copters to take these properties on the islands. He skips that airport. Well, he skips that airport for now. Oh, hang on, let me just check something. Okay. So, I got my airport. I plan to build a transport copter. He does a tank opener. I do a transport copter opener because I want the islands. And I built a recon for vision. Oh, move too fast. Alright. Oh, so there's the recon. I wanted vision. And I decide to do a little bit of a boost. It's still going to take 3 turns for this transport copter to reach one of these shoals, so it's okay if I do this. I built a tank of my own, so it looks pretty normal so far. They start with a battlecopter. Well, they get a battlecopter after the tank. And forget what I said about going up there, I went down here instead. Still, it's income. And I built an artillery because I still liked artillery in the past. It never left me. I don't even know how old this game was. It's probably in March, I think. A preemptive anti-air? Okay, that's good. Perhaps I got a little bit too... I saw the tank and a battlecopter and I think, great! I'm ahead in the capturing the island phase because they probably couldn't afford a transport copter at this point in the game. I built a battlecopter. And they spotted my recon, and he knocked out my recon. But I think, okay, that's a recon in exchange for being ahead and capturing these islands. I think it's worth it. I finished capturing these properties, and I prepare to defend this line over here, maybe even taking that property if I can. Built an anti-air because I saw a battle copter, and I built another transport copter so I can start taking the bottom properties as well. And they are ahead of me in the capture game, which... well, it makes sense, they're player 2. I get trapped into this forest over here, I decide to take a shot. And already I decide... we'll see it soon. I immediately built a medium tank. Back then, I loved teching up because people don't use artillery that much back then. So I thought, yeah, medium tank strong, wipe out tank, wipe out anti-air. Very different than how I play now. And they built a bomber. This map does have a lot of income, so bombers do work pretty well, I would say, especially against heavy vehicles, which we should expect on a map like this. And I built the rocket. I did like rockets back then. You can tell the playstyle is very different than how I used to play. I go for the second island because more income. Can't go wrong with that. And I was worried about an anti-air because I have an anti-air over at the front. I should expect one down here as well, so I put my battlecopter back. I also revealed my anti-air, allowing it to get picked off. And there's just so many units because they focused everything on one front, whereas I split my army quite a bit. I built a second rocket. Don't do what I do here. This was when I still believed teching up was the way to go. I built another medium tank. I mean, the medium tank already got a tank kill, and then this medium tank just got blown up, and I think that's a very fast bomber. I was not expecting that, but this is why light tank and a battlecopter is usually better than a medium tank. They are more versatile. They can apply more vehicle pressure very early on because you have 2 vehicles instead of 1. And they just have more movement. And you can very quickly see how, despite teching up, they very quickly overwhelmed the medium tank up there. There are plenty of roads. The rocket isn't that slow, but it's still a very expensive investment that a light tank army can very quickly overwhelm. They pulled back, thinking that they would probably be overextending, but also so that they could front shift. They already destroyed what I had up there, so there's no reason for them to stay. It's better that they go shift down, which makes sense. I decided to get a fighter because I saw a bomber earlier, and I tech up way too early in this. We can see take a look at how many vehicles they have compared to how many vehicles I have. Clearly, all of these small tanks and these 5 battle copters and what's that, 8 tanks down here? 9 tanks, including this one. That can definitely overwhelm 2 battle copters, 1 tank, and 1 rocket. Yeah, I thought their army is still up here, so I decided it must be safe to attack with what I have over here. And here's a 3rd rocket. Rockets aren't as good as I thought they were. But we can clearly see how the swarm of fast mobile units is definitely a better choice than slow, heavy, teched units. Because what is this medium tank going to do? It only has infantry to shoot at right now. All the faster mobile tanks have moved away. I send my fighters in. I chose to attack the infantry because infantry is the only thing that can capture properties, so all of these light tanks would do nothing if they can't capture any properties as a result. But we can very clearly see how much pressure having a lot of small vehicles over heavy vehicles do. And already going for an HQ cap. On a map this size, already going for an HQ cap on this map. Of course, I got a rocket here to prepare just for that reason. Going back to refuel my transport, and I built a 4th rocket. Second medium tank just dies. Only killed 1 infantry and 1 tank. Definitely not good in value. And this is such a large army. All these vehicles, all these tanks, all these units here. A very menacing force. But I still believed in medium tanks. I still believed in having fighters over anti-air. Well, not over anti-air, but like, if I have the money, I would choose a fighter. And another medium tank. They are so overextended, and they are still winning because they are simply more. Having more vehicles apply more pressure. We're fighting at the HQ with similar unit counts. So, go in. My medium tank gets another shot. I use my transport to put someone on the mountain for vision. and I continue trying to wall off my rocket. I keep my 4th rocket in the forest here to hide. And another fighter. This is my 3rd fighter, I believe. Battlecopter goes around, attacks my expensive rocket, blows up my rocket, continues trying to capture the HQ. There's just so much pressure. Despite fighting at my HQ, they are actually ahead in the KD. And keep in mind that I still have all of these island properties, and they still haven't got their port in the back. The fact that they're able to do all of this is... I also thought if all of their units are at my HQ, maybe no one's defending these properties, so I should start pushing into it and support it with 1 rocket. And of course, when they see that the HQ capture has failed, they just pull back. And then they swarm down at these infantry. One-shots the rocket. And there's nothing I can do over here anymore. We're still fighting at my HQ. That's the only reason why I think I'm able to hold off for so long. Still building a predominantly medium tank force against their light tanks, which actually makes sense. Medium tanks could shred light tanks and the anti-air pretty easily. But I think I definitely should have gotten some light tanks of my own instead of going only medium tanks. My rocket's still getting a lot of value, but only because my opponent is pushing on it. And I built a battleship because I wanted to protect all of these properties with said battleship. Keep in mind I'm still ahead in income only because I got all of the islands for my own. Look at that damage against my medium tank. Medium tanks are not as strong as... I mean, they are really strong, but not that strong. Especially against superior numbers. My rocket's still getting value only because he's fighting at my HQ still. At any point, he could have stopped. He could have invested into air to start taking these islands and just sat there. But he didn't. And I thought if I'm going to lose these properties, I'm going to try to compensate by taking the properties up here. So I started shifting my units up instead. Because I trusted my HQ can hold. I trusted that this rocket will definitely still continue doing work over here. Spotted my battleship. I decide to try to get my battleship out of there. Didn't spot my battleship, but they definitely could have if they just sent the first battlecopter to spot and the second, well, not the second first battlecopter to spot my battleship, then the bomber can come in to bomb it. But I don't think they paid attention to the replay. Okay, gotta refresh the page again. Skip. I continue fighting near my HQ. Pull my have my battleship run away still, and start taking this top area back. Infantry got trapped in the forest, and the tank would shoot at the recon. That's what happened up there. Takes a shot at my battleship, but I got a fighter nearby. And I still continue to push on this area to compensate losing the bottom. And they just didn't want to play anymore. At the time, this person was saying that I was just stalling and that he doesn't want to continue playing this game against someone who just sits, just playing to stall. Talked about how medium tanks aren't good if there's air units, which to some degree that is true, but it's definitely not true, and it's not always true. There are definitely times you want to tech up to heavier tanks, even if air is very strong. But I was around just under 1,000 overall rating at this point, and this player, when they joined Global League, I saw them drop immediately down to 700 rating, and I immediately see that rockets, medium tank, not good. Need more light tanks, need more anti-air, need more battlecopters instead of fighters. I see how fast, light, and more numerous mobile vehicles are better than a predominantly medium tank and rocket force. Okay, medium tanks are probably fine, but the rockets are definitely a big no. The only reason why they were helpful this game is simply because my opponents stubbornly kept trying to fight into my rocket when at any point any skilled player would know to not attack the HQ and just win the properties on the sides. But the fact that they are a lower rated player than me and they played like this and are still resulted in pushing all the way to my HQ, I realized maybe light tanks are the way to go. Maybe maybe cheaper, faster vehicles, more numerous vehicles are the way to go. And it is because of this game, this random encounter I had with a would-be 700 MMR on a Z game, that's what ultimately pushed me up to, well, eventually I got to 1150 overall rating after incorporating light tanks into my strategy and stuff. But, oh right, I forgot to do this. But we can see very clearly how teching up very quickly isn't necessarily good. You definitely want a lot of ground vehicles. Had I had more light tanks at the bottom, maybe I could definitely have pushed through very quickly. Also, I should have been more careful with my anti-air. I definitely know better now to not reveal it until I see air units to shoot at. And I also definitely see the weaknesses of medium tanks. Of course, there are other weaknesses like just running away and not fighting them. But battlecopters, I have also seen from this game that battlecopters are also very effective against medium tanks. which is one of the reasons why I also like b-copter spamming in addition to other certain unit types of spam. Like this. I know from this engagement right here, tanks, b-copters, anti-air spam, better than medium tanks and rockets and fighters. It doesn't matter if I tech up if they have more of it. But that was this game. For many of the newer players out there, I hope you see from this battle how, even as he stubbornly refused to capture any of these ports, refused to capture any of these properties, refused to play safely and just go all aggressive on the HQ when they could have easily just taken this entire bottom side instead, you could see how simply having a better army composition, a better, more mobile force, a more numerous mobile force, you could see how much it could do. So that was this game. Bye.